Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explained here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Chapter 44. And to the anime onlys, I thank you for your support. There's almost 600 videos on the channel, and I can say that over 80% of those videos are spoiler free, so I thank you for your support. I highly recommend checking out some of the playlists. That way you guys can see the other content that isn't necessarily spoiler heavy. So with that being said, if you're still here, I'm gonna assume that you're okay with me talking about spoilers. So in the last Boruto chapter, I really feel like we're getting the moment where Jigen is gonna return, because you have this moment where Shikamaru tells Naruto that because Kawaki has that karma, because Kawaki and Jigen's karma is connected, you can see a situation where Jigen shows back up. You and Sasuke can't leave that kid Kawaki's side. You guys are the only one who stand a chance against Jigen. You don't drop lines like that unless you're planning something in the near future. I don't think it's gonna be one of those things where Kawaki's in Konoha for several weeks and then Jigen shows back up. I don't think that's the case. Jigen wants that little dude now. Jigen wants him now. And I think that once his body has recovered, that's it. He's going to Konoha, because the last thing that he told Naruto was that, hey, I'm headed to collect the vessels. Not vessels. And he's already told the Ten Tails that he's growing, like, hey, I have to bring you the vessel for you to eat. So I mean, it's one of those things where we don't know necessarily how, we don't know necessarily why, but we do know that Jigen is gonna go back to Konoha, and this time it's no holds barred, because in Jigen's mind, he thinks that Boro is guarding Naruto. He thinks Code is guarding the Ten Tails. He has no idea that Boro was defeated by a bunch of Genin. I like the fact that Jigen could be caught off guard, and I think that it makes more sense for an invasion, because the moment that he shows back up and he realizes that Amado has been working with the Hidden Leaf Village, that Amado has defected, that gives him more incentive to snuff out Amado. That gives him more incentive to take Kawaki back. I still stand by a theory that I had, that essentially Naruto's gonna have to make a decision where Naruto's gonna have to choose between protecting Kawaki and protecting this village. And at the end of the day, there's gotta be something that happens that drives Kawaki down that point where he and Naruto have that fight in 3 years when Boruto and Kawaki are 16 years old. There's gotta be something that causes that rift. And I think that that would be a good way to make it happen. Just the fact that Kawaki has already stated that he's living in constant physical pain because of everything that's happened. Now you would have him living in constant emotional pain. So I think that that could work. And I think that Jigen coming back to Konoha is a great way to make that happen, because Naruto would basically be giving Kawaki back to somebody who, one, Naruto cannot beat on his own. The other thing is he's giving him back to somebody that Naruto knows is going to mistreat Kawaki. So I think that that's interesting. I don't think that we'll see something like on the Pain level where Pain comes in, destroys sections of the village. Jigen, I joke about it, but this is the most polite villain ever. Like, this guy steps into Naruto's house and says, forgive me, Naruto Uzumaki, I stepped in your living room without actually taking my shoes off. I didn't mean to defile your place of residence. Like, this dude's fucking polite. And I think that it could be one of those situations where he's not gonna blow up the village. He's just gonna come in there, he's gonna kick everybody's asses, he's going to kill Amado, he's going to take back Kawaki, and potentially Boruto's gonna be spared. I don't know how Naruto pulls that off, but that could be something that does get kind of floated out there. And I think that Kashi and Koji's more than likely going to be killed before Jigen makes his return into the Hidden Leaf Village. I think that everything is setting up for this, because again, you don't drop that line of foreshadowing that Jigen could show back up at any moment. You don't drop those lines of foreshadowing that they're putting Kawaki under guard. There's too much going on here, and it feels like things are ramping up way too quickly. And I think that when you look at Jigen's character, I really feel like Kodachi wrote him in that manner to where he's respectful while being disrespectful, but at the same time respectful to show like nothing's going to happen to the village until we actually get to the Boruto versus Kawaki stuff during the time skip. So I think that this is something to kind of keep your eye on. I really think that this could be a possibility, but I want to know from you guys, how do you feel about Jigen potentially showing back up? And do you agree with me that if Naruto has to make a decision, if he has to make a decision between Kawaki and protecting the Hidden Leaf Village, do you think that Naruto is going to choose the village over Kawaki, or do you think Naruto is going to be stubborn and attempt to fight Jigen again? And I will say this, if Jigen does attack the Hidden Leaf Village, and if it does come to make a decision like that, we've already seen seen them play up the differences between Naruto and Shikamaru. We already know that Naruto and Sasuke view things in a different light. I definitely think that this could be a situation where Shikamaru and Sasuke are able to talk sense to Naruto and talk past Naruto's emotional side and appeal more to his rational side. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Have an awesome day, guys.